Hi, this is Mike M. from The Buttery Show here at the Burbank Marriott Convention Center for Toon Con with the superior and excellent voice actor, William Salyers. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for talking to me.
Wonderful. I'm a huge regular show fan and Spider-Man fan, so it's so awesome to meet one of the lead actors in one of the greatest cartoons in the last decade.
Oh, thanks, man. You know, I was just saying earlier in the panel that I got very lucky because you never know when something is going to take off and have a lot of fans. You just don't know. So I'm lucky enough to be in a few things that did that.
Awesome. So one question I would like to ask is, what was your process for becoming Rigby on the show?
Well, I didn't have a lot of context. When I got the copy that described the character, I really I didn't know what he was. I didn't know what his situation was, but I could tell from the lines that he was kind of angsty. So I just I thought, well, what about my voice, but pitched up a little bit and a little over-caffeinated? And that ended up being what they wanted. So that worked out, yeah.
No, like you did an excellent job portraying the character. And the way he's designed and animated, the voice just really fits the character. My next question, though, is, and this might be a very difficult question for you to answer, but what were some of your most favorite Rigby moments in the show?
Well, I think my favorite Rigby moments were the times that he did something stupid and died as a result, which were surprisingly often. Particularly, probably my favorite episode is Playco Arm Boy, where, and Skips cannot stand that Rigby beat him.
Yeah.
And, Rigby ends up dying in that one. So, yeah, I like it.
Yeah, the one that upset me is the one where it's not Rigby's stupidity that killed him, but Mordecai's.
Yeah.
That one episode. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that was rare. Usually when my character died, it was because of something he did. But yeah. So the show ended a decent number of years ago, and it's been almost a decade. Now we did have that bit of a flash forward 25 years into the future of the series. So my next two questions is a little bit about that finale. Like, when you first got the script for that two-part finale, what was your response to reading that script? I cried. I mean, it's already emotional because you're saying goodbye to. I mean, in my case, that had been a part of my life from 2010 to 2016, but also Pops. I mean, Pops.
Yeah, no, it's crazy how like Mordecai and Rigby were like the last two people to witness what really happened to Pops.
Yeah.
And it and that's basically how the show started and ended, really, with them like messing with the laws of reality. Yeah,
that's right, like you do.
Yeah, and they even went back to that first episode in the finale.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I'm tremendously proud of the writing. Not that I had anything to do with it, but I just thought the writing was kind of brilliant, and I laughed out loud at least once every time I read a new script.
Yeah. Now, we know what happens to Rigby 25 years into the future, but what do you think Rigby would be up to just 9 years into the future? Present day Rigby, what do you think he'd be doing right now?
I think he'd probably be stoned. No, that's hard to say. Like 9 years, I picture him probably being in a dead-end job for a while. Like, I think it'd be really funny to see Rigby as like a parking meter enforcement person. but I picture Rigby like taking a little time to find his grown-up feet. You know what I mean?
Well, he already took that first step by getting his GED, so much respect for that.
Totally. I mean, I think he's going to succeed in spite of himself.
Yeah. No, that's kind of why I think Rigby is such a relatable character. It's like many years after the show ended. Like, I feel like I could relate to Rigby because, like, while like I personally did not have as many failures as he did,
right.
I kind of like relate to his willingness to like have the pluck to like start over and like try to make more of himself. Because
that's the beauty of that character is that he's more messed up than anybody.
Yeah.
So if Rigby can pull it out and graduate high school and find a girlfriend and do all those things, then anybody can.
Yeah. Absolutely. Now, speaking of graduating into bigger and better things, you played a certain professor in a certain video game, Dr. Otto Octavius. Tell us a little bit about your performance in the Spider-Man video game.
Well, what was so exciting about that game for me was that the entire thing was performance capture. So people will often say something about us voicing Spider-Man. Well, we did voice it just like anybody voices a movie that they're in, but we acted that out with the full motion capture suits and the markups and all that. So it was very rewarding because for us it was just like being in a movie or playing pretend. It was really, really authentic and natural.
Yeah, I mean, honest, when I first played the video game and I saw that email that Octavius wrote for Peter about, it's like, I appreciate everything Spider-Man's doing, and I added some gadgets that he might like. I honestly cried in that scene because it's very much a reminder of why Otto Octavius is probably my most favorite Spider-Man villain. I know everyone's got their Green Goblins and their Venoms, but for me, Otto Octavius is the one because he was basically Peter's second dad, with Uncle Ben Parker being his first. And it's sort of like a sad thing of like, this is what happens when you cut corners in the scientific method.
Totally.
Yeah.
And to Doc's credit, he was also affected by what he had created, and I don't think he ever intended that. And we see in the game that Peter figures out that there's a problem with the neural link, and by that time it's just too late.
Well, was there like a process for you in order to make that gradual shift in his personality from the start of the game to the end of the game?
Honestly, no, because the character was so well written that everything that I needed, every step, was there in some small manner. Whether it was like my obvious friendship with Peter, to the tension between Otto and Norman Osborn, it was all there. All I had to do was follow the map.
All right.
So kudos to the writers.
It was really well written and it was very brilliantly performed. If you were offered to come back as sort of like, even if it was just a Force Ghost of Otto Octavius or a multiverse thing going on, how would you add your character back in Spider-Man 3 if they ever like?
Well, did you play 2?
Yeah.
So you saw the post-credit sequence. So I think I'm definitely going to be back. The thing that surprises people at these cons is I always tell them, because it's true, if you saw that cutscene, you know as much about it as I do, because they didn't tell me anything. But, I would love a little Superior Spider-Man action.
Yeah, we all love Superior Spider-Man, So really quick, you also played a DC villain, the Penguin.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, those were the two Return of the Cape Crusaders animated films. They were the last ones that actually used the voice of the late Adam West, who was a wonderful man. And they wanted to evoke the original Batman 66 villains. They weren't looking for actual imitations because they didn't have all the rights from the various estates to do that. So they asked me to evoke Burgess Meredith. And so, I kind of did this sort of thing, Batman.
The thing I remember most about 60s Penguin is that he had a girlfriend for 2 episodes named Donna Lasagna or something like that.
That's very on brand for that show. That show was, the one thing that was one odd connection that's in common with regular show and the original Batman is that, I don't know if have you seen the original Batman from the old school Batman?
Yeah.
So that there's a recurring bit where they're climbing up the side of a building and somebody sticks their head out.
Yeah, it's always a celebrity cameo.
A celebrity cameo, and those were very popular. They got stars they had no right to get, like Frank Sinatra, you know what I mean? And the same thing I think was happening with regular show. I think, my theory is that young people, their kids, their grandkids were saying to these star parents and grandparents, hey, you should be on regular show, it's really cool. So we got these amazing people on regular show that we probably shouldn't have been able to get.
Yeah, no, like I would say like that's one of my favorite things that both things have in common because one regular show had an amazing soundtrack through and through. Even in the finale, you had Heroes by David Bowie, and yeah, you got all the celebrity cameos. Like I especially love the birthday cake in the birthday episode. That smug way he sings "Happy Birthday, Happy Birthday to you." It's like, oh man, like that, like I die laughing every time I hear that.
That was pretty fun. Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Are there any current or upcoming projects you would like to plug that are safe for you to talk about?
Do I say would I like to? Yes. Will I? No. We don't want to wake up the lawyers.
Yeah, no, NDA, it's like never do any of that.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Yeah.
But for the fans, is there any social media that they can follow you on?
Yeah, I'm on Insta, and I'm on Threads, and I'm on Blue Sky. And usually, now I'm going to forget which is which. I'm either W. Salyers or WL Salyers.
All right. Awesome. Well, this is Mike M. with William Salyers, and we're here at Toon Con, and we hope you have a great day. Oh!